Good morning everyone, my name is Ben McPhee. Welcome to the YoYoFactory. We are introducing today our new yo-yo called Nine Dragons. Now the Nine Dragons is based on a pretty new concept to yo-yoing, new in the history of yo-yoing. There's been a few other yo-yos that have built on this design in the past. We're going to start it off with the 888, which had hub stacks. See the hub stacks in there. We also had the Z stacks, which went in there. Now this popularized spinning side caps on a yo-yo. Other people have done it and tried it. There's an older yo-yo which has a flat cap, which you can grab from the outside and play with. This is a Yo-Yo Jam Synergy, which had an extremely large bearing in here, which did the same kind of job. And most recently, a guy named Chen Lin has been coming up with some really cool stuff with his V5 spinning centers. So Chen Lin was once sponsored by YoYoFactory, and we have a really good relationship with him. So we went to him and we said, look, we really love what you're doing here, but we think it can be done better. So Nine Dragons is the result. It's a collaboration between Chen Lin's brand Yo-Yo Formula and YoYoFactory. It includes spinning, not spinning caps, but basically the whole outside of the body spins. Now, it's strange because when you see it, you think, oh yeah, I can grab the sides, but grabbing the sides is not going to do you any good at all because that will actually stop the yo-yo from spinning. One thing I've forgotten is a string. Hold on 1 second. Yo-yo string. Okay, so I'm going to wind this off string. I'm going to pull the yo-yo, place it down on the table. And what does this mean for a yo-yo player? It kind of opens the doors for a lot of things. In terms of learning tricks, you can now grab and manipulate the yo-yo. So just to show like a pass between two string elements, you can actually physically manipulate the yo-yo and put it in there. If somebody's showing you how to do a trick, they can also do the same with you. For performing tricks, you can now catch the yo-yo instead of grinding. Actually, grinding is quite difficult with this yo-yo because there's a tendency for it to just fall off your hand. Now this yo-yo is still spinning, and if the string was on it, I could pull it back to my hand just like a normal yo-yo. And it works like a normal yo-yo. You know, you attach the string normally, you throw it like a normal yo-yo. It is a yo-yo by all intents and purposes and definition. But how you interact with the yo-yo is totally different. So, throw. So you can play like a normal yo-yo. Until you decide to interact with it differently. Perhaps you want to do a finger spin? Oh, wrong way. Thumb. We'll get onto that a bit more later. So we'll show you what's inside the Nine Dragons and give you a bit of a better understanding of how it works. So to take the yo-yo apart, you can't twist the halves because they're free spinning. You need to use the palms of your hand and you twist. And then you'll find it's a lot more like a traditional yo-yo when you take it apart. Now, there's a lot of pieces in here. I wouldn't recommend taking it apart on a field, just in case you lost some of the bits. So, flat bearing comes standard in the Nine Dragons, is upgradable to center track if that's what you're interested in. Now, we have the two spinning shells, which are machined POM. Pushed out with the axle. There's two spacers which fit in the shells. So spacer, spacer, main bearing. These shells also have the bearings pressed into them. They will come out, can be removed. The body of the yo-yo. So the body of the yo-yo is very finger spin friendly. You'll see the rim weight to give it the drive, but it's also interchangeable with other yo-yos. So if you didn't want to use these parts and you wanted to attach your Nine Dragons to another yo-yo, say a YoYoFactory G5, you could actually have a 5 bearing yo-yo, which is interesting. Now, we can't guarantee it'll work with every yo-yo. That's up to you, and you know, if you break a yo-yo doing it, that's also on you. The shells sit in like that, spacers sit in like that, bearing goes on one side, screw the axle in. Screw it back together. Again, palm of your hand makes it most simple. Now I'm holding the body against the other side of the yo-yo while I do this, just so it becomes a solid unit. Once it's screwed in together, it becomes firm, solid. It's more how you would expect a normal yo-yo to feel. We have a frequently asked questions list that we will post on our website. We're going to go through some of the points right now. How do I wind it up? That's pretty simple. First you attach the string as you would a normal yo-yo. You could play off string with the Nine Dragons. Now just remember it is a thin machined plastic body, so if you did drop it on the ground like a hard surface, you could crack it. It's just like a normal yo-yo in that regard. So I'm holding the side of the body against the cap to allow me to wind up the yo-yo. Now, if you wanted to do like a snap start, you'll have a little bit of difficulty. If you pinch it a little bit while you do it, you will get some spin generation, allowing the yo-yo to wind up. Now, vibration. We've got three bearings. We have 3 parts spinning independently. Is there going to be some vibration? Yeah, there's a little bit of vibration there. But as soon as you engage with the yo-yo, either with a touch or even a movement, you'll find that vibration disappears. And when it comes to grinding, of course, it's going to be perfectly smooth because all the vibration is going to be trued out of it. If you're looking for a glass smooth yo-yo, stick with something traditional. This is unique in its play characteristics, and that's one of the characteristics you're going to encounter. Now, is the noise normal? Yeah. Again, 3 bearings. You're going to hear it. We call it the roar of the dragon. So yes, it will make noise. If you would like to change the audio characteristics, you can lubricate the bearings. It will sound differently. But you'll lose some spin time out of it. It's your choice. Now you're going to find that the bearings have different break-in times and different spin characteristics. It's pretty hard to keep the bearings maintained identically throughout their whole life, so you're going to find that one cap might spin faster than the other at some times, just depending on how the oil and lube has worked into the bearing, or how dry it is, or even the manufacturing of the bearing. There will be differences between one and the other. So at certain times you will see one spinning more than the other. In that situation, we just recommend you play with it, and you'll have no problems. Adjusting string tension is an interesting one because traditional tricks like the UFO will not work. Just to demonstrate that fact. Now, is this a problem? Yeah, unless you want to do horizontal tricks, and then it becomes super simple. So, loosening the string, you've got tornado binds. You could do it off your finger. You could do a bind string adjustment, or go old school, let it hang, adjust the string. Can I use Nine Dragons in competitions? That's going to be a question that gets asked currently. Yes, there's no rule. It's a yo-yo. Will there be rules in the future that outlaw it? Potentially. That's something that we can't speculate against. If there's an unfair advantage seen through using this yo-yo, yeah, maybe there will. We are going to run competitions exclusive for using the Nine Dragons, which incorporate just the use of the special technology. We're going to call them the 9A divisions. And we're going to run our first 9A division at the California State Contest this weekend. There's going to be one at a Sluisny in-store contest coming up, and we're trying to get one organised with 44 Festa in Japan. So around the world, people are going to get a chance to try the Nine Dragons. Now, the main question, there's 2 big questions that I haven't answered that I'll answer for you right now. When will it be available, and how much is it going to cost? We're looking for a release in April. There will be a limited pre-release this weekend at the California State Yo-Yo Contest, direct from YoYoFactory, and the price, it's probably going to be around $80. So depending on your retailer, might be down to $75, but you're going to have to shop around and see how much you can get it for. So that's the Nine Dragons. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions for us, our Ask FM address is ask.fm/YoYoFactoryFM, or you can send a message to us at any time at yoyofactory.com. Thank you.